Good day to you, my friends. My name is Donato and welcome to today's vlog, and this vlog is the review of the Birmingham and Midlands Velo 100-mile bike ride. Oh yeah! Oh yes, here we are guys. Yes, there's my bib and there's that wonderful medal, and it feels like an absolute great achievement having completed that bike ride. It was, well, I'm just going to break it down into four sections, or was it five? Five sections of each 20 mile, yeah? So let's go. But before I go into the breakdown of each 20 mile section, I just want to give you a bit of background. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for coming along and having a look at this. And for those of you who are regular subscribers, I do really appreciate your continued support and the thumbs up, likes. And if you are new, I say please do consider subscribing. But a bit of background, if you haven't seen all my previous vlogs over the past few weeks, I was due to run Manchester Marathon and also Boston Marathon. I had a qualifier, I had a bib for Boston, and also, but unfortunately an injury happened towards the end of March, meaning that I couldn't race either of those races, so I was a bit disappointed with that. But thankfully I'd booked the Birmingham Velo, so I thought as part of the cross training and help me over the injury is to get into the cycling, so that's what I did, and boy was I thankful for that. So the fitness I had that I built through marathon training is what I brought through into the cycling, and I'll cover that as well more towards the end. But without further ado, let's go into the first 20 mile section of the wonderful ride. Yeah. So the first 20 miles, yeah, 0 to 20 miles, it was the start, full of vim and vigour and lots of energy. It's the start, and like with anything, it felt great, yeah, going through various, through the centre of Birmingham, starting off past the custard factory, which for those of you who don't know, it used to be a custard factory many years ago, but now it's been converted into offices and so on. That's where the start was, and we went off through the suburbs of the centre of Birmingham and then out towards Warwickshire, and it felt pretty comfortable. Lots of zigzagging. It felt for me pretty weird being on what I might call the wrong side of the road because all the roads were closed. We could go on left or right, anywhere. So some of us went to the right hand side of the road and went round the roundabout the wrong way because we could, yeah. So that's all I could really sort of summarise the first 20 miles. And when I saw that sign says 20 miles, chapeau, I thought, or was it the 40 mile? Anyway, I was really pleased when I saw that sign, and it just felt like we were getting warmed up. Yeah, we were getting warmed up. Then it was mile 20 to mile 40. This is when it started. A few little cheeky hills were appearing and some short, sharp declines were coming in. But again, still feeling fresh, feeling good. But beautiful, beautiful countryside in Warwickshire. And just travelling through there, it just felt epic, you know, gliding through some of those roads. It was amazing, and I don't know, it just felt so good. And as I say, still early stages of the ride, and just kept going because I knew we were coming up to some famous landmarks, which are all part of mile, that's right, 40 to 60. So mile 40 to 60, it covered 2 areas. We went into Coventry, the city of Coventry, and past the wonderful Coventry Cathedral and the cobbles there. And yes, as I commented, oh, it was a bit bumpy on there. But yeah, that's cobbles for you. So a bit like Paris-Roubaix race, where you're going through lots of cobbles. Obviously I've not done that myself, but I've been told it's like that. But it was wonderful, the great history there through Coventry city centre. And then as we came out Out of there we went into the borough of Solihull, where we come across that famous is it a town, village? Meriden, yeah, Meriden, as in the word meridian. Meriden is the actual centre of England, yes, the geographical centre of England. Famous landmark, and this is where we started to see, and again through all the courses, fantastic support we were getting from people, absolutely brilliant. So Coventry and Meriden, and still it was pretty flattish around that area. I say flattish. I think we had speed bumps to contend with as we were getting into Coventry city centre, but yeah, apart from those it was pretty flattish. So yeah, that was the mile 40 to 60. Then we were back into mile 60 to 80. We were then coming back into Warwickshire, and or were we still in the borough of Solihull? I can't remember, but all I remember was the Methodist Church, Borsall Common Methodist Church, and all those wonderful people, because at that time I'd skipped through various pit stops and whatever. It was just so crowded and I was just flying through. Whilst I had food and drink with me, there was just something that when I saw these biscuits and the stand there, I just had to stop. And it was custard creams, yummy, yummy, yummy. And to all those people there manning it at the Borsall Common Methodist Church, thank you all so much. I'm so grateful for that. And as you probably see from the videos, lots and lots of cyclists stopped there, not just for the custard creams. I think I had some hobnobs as well. Delicious, delicious. Biscuits, cake. I've been told that's what cycling is all about. Is that right? Leave some comments below if you think that's one of the key things about cycling. And the beauty for me, the difference of those is you can eat this stuff. Unlike running, if you're eating a lot of solids of food, you end up getting a stitch. With the cycling, I found that I could eat a fair amount and not get any stitches, but maybe we're all different, I don't know. But I certainly loved that stop at the Borsall Common Methodist Church, so thank you all so much there, guys. And then also, as I then went out, then I think I was going out into Warwickshire and Packwood House, after my cheeky little stop at Baddesley Clinton, my cheeky little stop at Baddesley Clinton House. So I wouldn't recommend that, guys. That's not on the course, so I knew where I was going. I took a little cheeky detour, but Packwood House, and that's where I think essential, because there would have been about we're coming to about 60 kilometres left to go. Oh, getting flies around here. The beautiful English countryside, and it was Packwood House where I did have a proper full pit stop and toilet stop and everything stop. It was fantastic, beautifully organised, and there was tents. You might have seen from the footage that there was various tents with bananas, crisps, food bars, chocolate bars, you name it, it was all there. One item per rider, and I just went through all, I think there was 4, 5, 6 items or whatever, and I had one of each, and yeah, I really needed that, and that fueled me up ready to go for the last 40 miles. Yeah, 40 miles, whoa. But I was still feeling good. But it was that point where, whilst I was feeling good from the waist up, from the waist down, I could really feel it. Yeah, and this is where it was just a case of managing how those niggles and pains and yeah, grinding and rubbing and so on and so forth. I won't go through all of those details, but yeah, I was beginning to feel it, and I'd never cycled so far in a long time since I think the last time I'd cycled that far would have been the Lighthouse Challenge on the Isle of Man. If you want to have a look on the link up there, look up there if you haven't already seen it. That was the epic ride last year when I was working in the Isle of Man, and I decided to do the Lighthouse Challenge. Quite more challenging than this one, I would say. Yeah, on to the next stage. So once we'd passed Packwood House, gone through those areas in Warwickshire, we're now getting back into the suburbs of Birmingham, and areas I've never seen before. And then we saw this inevitable sign. It said mile 80. So whilst it felt really good, it did say we've now arrived at the lumpy bits. Now, I'd already looked at the profile, and the last 20 miles, at the end of the day, the course is the course, yeah? Wherever you go around here, I mean, I'm here in Middle Earth, and it's hilly, yeah? You've all seen Lord of the Rings, yeah? Those mountains and stuff. Whilst that was New Zealand, here in England, yeah, it's very hilly. So I've grown up with these hills all around me. So we're now coming into my manor, so to speak, yeah? Where I live. So I was quite used to the hills, but not after having cycled 80 miles. Yeah, and that's the big difference. Whilst there was some hills at the beginning, now I've already done 80 miles. I've been in the saddle, whatever it was, 5 hours, 5.5 hours. So I was really feeling it. So every little lump, as they said on that sign there, every little lump, I was really feeling it. But enjoying the downhills, really enjoying that. And yeah, it was. What can you say? It was lumpy, it was bumpy. And I particularly liked that part. I think we were then passing into the borough of Dudley, and I think that's where I had some police escort. Yeah. Joke, yeah. They weren't escorting me, they were just along the course, policing the course. Obviously there was lots of marshals and stuff all around the course, and those police officers on their motorbikes. I mean, at the time I felt like I was probably in the Tour de France, you know, some bikes alongside me, maybe some VIP, but it felt good. It felt good. And then we were coming into the borough of Sandwell, and I recognised that area, and I knew we're on to the last stretch. And as soon as we'd gone through Edgbaston in Birmingham and started going down the hill towards Bristol Street and that area in Digbeth, I knew it's short turn, and then into that finish line. And boy, the elation and joy that I had when I finished, it just felt brilliant. And in the same way as when I'm finishing marathons, whatever pain, niggles, sorenesses or whatever just seems to just disappear. And something, you know, having done these doing the endurance bike rides and so on, you get a bit of is there such a thing as a cyclist's high? Because I certainly was feeling really high, and as you probably saw when I was speaking with one of the organisers at the end, I may have been out of breath, but I was tremendously excited, and I loved the fact to sort of cap it all off, having seen the chap David who I saw at the event village on the Saturday. Of all the people to give me the medal, it was the ladies who gave me my bib number. Yeah, I mean, how random is that? So absolutely brilliant, and that was the 80 to 100 miles. So all it remains for me is to give you a little conclusion, yeah? So in conclusion, guys, what can I say? I mean, for me as a ride, there was a number of factors. Should I say 4? There might end up being 5 if I haven't counted it correctly. First one, I'm so appreciative of all the supporters who are out on the course. 100 miles is a long way, and there's no crossovers like some marathon routes or whatever. It's just a circular route. So the roads are all closed, so where the supporters are, that's the only place they can be. And it was fantastic seeing people coming out in their thousands along routes, some outside their own front houses, some on the streets. I think one place I went by, it looked like they were having a street party, which I think was fantastic. You know, the roads are closed, why not make use that the roads are closed and have a party, which I saw there. Was fantastic. So I've got to say a big thank you to all the supporters. Number 2, the organisation was absolutely incredible. Again, it's 100 miles through the second largest conurbation in Britain outside of London, and it was, I mean, it just seemed amazing. Yeah, there were sections where it was crowded, but you've got 17,000 cyclists on some roads, you know, so it's inevitably going to have sections where it will get bottlenecked or crowded. But in terms of the organisation, I've got to say it was fantastic. And in terms of the third one, I would definitely recommend that's number 3, yeah, number 3. I would definitely recommend do the training. 100 miles, and this might sound blooming obvious, yeah, but 100 miles is a long way, and as I may have said on some previous vlog, it's equivalent to running a marathon, if not maybe more. Oh, the joys of technology. Talk about timing. That was, yeah, that was basically when I was talking about staying fit. Getting fit, yeah, you don't want your batteries to go flat during the race, so it is a long distance, and respect the distance and do the right training. And in terms of form, I would, as a whole, as an event and everything, I gather it's coming back next year, I would highly recommend it. If you're doing any form of cycling, if you want to try something different, something to aim to get fit, and this channel is all about being active, and it's a fantastic way of getting active physically and taking part and enjoying something with a group of other people who are all like-minded. It's fantastic. I loved it. I would highly recommend it. So that's my conclusion for the Velo Midlands and Birmingham 100 bike ride. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the ride vlog as well, and I look forward to seeing you at future vlogs where I film some more rides. I've got some other rides planned. I'm going to continue this through the summer, and also, as I mentioned, I've got the running. I've got a 10k on the Sunday coming up, and also tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever you get to see this, Wednesday, what it be? Wednesday the 15th of May at 8 p.m. GMT, I'll be having a live vlog with a winner of a local marathon only recently, and Birchfield Harriers nonetheless, yeah, one of those famous athletics club here in the UK. So I very much look forward to seeing you at the next one. Thank you so much for watching this. Really do appreciate the time that you take to watch these, and if you did enjoy it in some way, I say give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. I'll leave a link up there. There's the link to click to subscribe, and there's the link to where I done the Lighthouse Challenge last year. So thank you all so much, and obviously the link down there is the actual, ride vlog itself. So thank you all so much for watching. Bye.